with each vintage, you have a chance to make the finest wine you've ever made. And you have a chance to use what you learned the previous years to really understand your vineyards, understand how the weather varies and how you vary your traditional techniques to deal with those grapes to make the finest wine.
Really, the three things that make Monte Bello so unique: the real exotic terrain, the subsoil here being fractured limestone, where you just don't see this limestone anywhere else in California. You know, there's some nuances in the soil that can come through, translated into the wine. Then you've got elevation, so growing between 1,300 feet and 2,750 feet. And then the third thing being so close to the Pacific and the San Francisco Bay. Those three things in combination really make for one of the most unique terroirs in the world.
The weather that we have here at Monte Bello is unique in that it's mild in the summer, so we'll have warm nights and cooler days, especially as compared to the grapes that we have up in Sonoma County or Napa Valley.
We think it's the cooler climate and the firm acid that really give us the character of Monte Bello, and the minerality from the limestone is an added complexity. In every vineyard, and Monte Bello would be a perfect example, every parcel has a different exposure. About half of those make a softer, more accessible wine, and it's our estate wine. The others that really have more structure and can carry more structure are the Monte Bello parcels.
The most complicated wine that we assemble is Monte Bello. You know, the vineyard here is about 150 acres, split into 45 parcels. Even within parcels, we subdivide and pick out multiple times. Each picking results in a separate batch of wine. We could end up with 70 different ingredients that have the potential to be chosen to make Monte Bello. Paul will taste with me during the harvest and just check in and see how the vintage is coming along. Once we're at that real crucial moment of making assemblages, that's when I will have all the samples ready, set up blind tastings, and there we're working together with the rest of the team. It's not just Paul and myself, but we have David Gates, Kyle, his viticulturist, my assistants at the winery. We all sit down and we'll all blind taste and score the wines, discuss them, and then reveal what we have in each glass to then decide, okay, which ones do we want to choose for the assemblage.
Every year we have a couple assemblage tastings for the current vintage of Monte Bello. My favorite part of that tasting is at the very end when we taste it against the 13, the 12, the 11, the 10. And that way you can remember back on those other years and then see where 2014 fits in, and that's really fun.
Probably the greatest compliment that we can receive is when someone says that the wines Ridge has made have really affected the quality of my life. And it's just like, what more satisfaction could you possibly have in producing something and making something? And that's just, that's a gift.